Oh man, I just watched what I just recorded. I'm sorry. I'm just making myself laugh. Look, I got to entertain myself. It's the only way I can stay motivated sometimes. Here's the deal. All right. Nephew Elite. He hasn't earned that title yet. My nephew, Tony. For those that are new here, I'll share. He stayed with me. He came over for a family funeral. And towards the end of the week, he said, hey, I'd really like to learn trading. Now, if you know, just a little backstory, Tony, my nephew, is recently out of the Marines. He is a Marine. Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. So he's not a former Marine. He is a Marine. At least that's my belief. I think he would agree with that as well. Recently out of the Marines. He's young, in his young 20s, but really, really a badass operator, really a warrior. Really have tremendous respect for everything that he's done in the Marines and just everything else. So he's joined the Rex Dog system. Now, he stayed for like a month. Now, I'll link below to some of the teachings. I basically taught my nephew to trade. Now, he's had his 10 days. He's had his 10 days that we require, or that I suggest that people should have to actually trade the markets, to actually execute the Rex Dog trade system, the best, I'd say one of the best speculation systems ever created in the history of humanity. I will deviate on that. Maybe during the time of Atlantis, if you believe in that, they might have had a better speculation system. But maybe that was what destroyed Atlantis, was their speculation system. So here's what I'm doing. And Tony is at the point where we've had to decide on funding his live account to trade live capital. He doesn't know about this yet. I just came up with this today. And I thought, I'm not trying to set him up to fail, so I'm not saying that. The minimum amount that I believe you should start with trading futures is $3,000. The minimum amount. That gives you enough cushion so you can properly scale in. And if you're an alpha, my philosophy is, and I'll just share this, my philosophy is, you have 10 green days in a row. The system is an always in system. You should not have a red day. So you have 10 green days in a row, then you trade live capital. The second that you have a red losing day or that you trade bad, you should go back to demo for 3 days until you have 3 green days in a row. Now, you're wondering, well, why is there $500 here? What's the point of this? Well, here's the thing. Here's what's happening. Next week, at the end of next week, I will be visiting Tony and family, and I'll be there for probably about 9-10 days, and I'll be there. So I figured, and I don't want to set Tony up for failure, but I figured one thing we could try is let me fund a $500 account. That's a $514 because we still had a little bit of capital in this sub account. Let me fund a $500 account, and I'll give Tony the option. I'll say, hey, you can start. I'm not even going to call it a challenge. You can start your live money trading career before I get there. So you can start this before I get there, or you can start this after I get there, where we're hanging out. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. But by 5/11, which will be right around the time that I'm going to show up, Tony will have the ability to trade $500. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to set him up for failure. This isn't some lame small account challenge. It's nothing dumb like that, because I think that's utterly the wrong way to look at trading. One of the biggest challenges traders have is that they are undercapitalized. It's one of the reasons why I've looked in starting a prop firm, because I know traders are undercapitalized. And so it can be very hard. So here's my expectations with this. I'm going to see how Tony trades. He should be able, he said, I've heard him say multiple times, I'm a sniper with this. Okay. We'll see if he's a sniper with this. And I'm not trying to set him up for failure. I have full confidence in Tony that he is going to be an alpha member. He's going to be an elite trader. I have full confidence in Tony. We all know this is a struggle. If you try to trade, you know this. Actually, I will share this too. The reason why you just can't buy into my training and just become an alpha, there's just not a way to just pay, is that I want to talk to every single member and I want to get a gut feel. If I don't think that that person that I talk to has a chance of being an elite trader, I don't even want you as an alpha. Like you've already self-selected yourself by watching my videos and aligning yourself with how I think, how I talk, how I trade, and the type of content I create. You've self-selected yourself as far as someone that resonates with the style of actual trading we do and the style of trading that I believe for you to have success. So you've self-selected yourself. Now, when you raise your hand and say, I want to become an alpha, I still want to talk to you and get a gut feel. And this comes down to like how you respond to my first questions. And if it's very thoughtful, it could be short and to the point, but I can get a general feel for whether or not I feel you even have the first aspect of adopting the Rexdog trade system and being wildly successful. My expectation of every alpha is that you have the ability to be elite. Now, for some, it might take years. For some, it might take months. It all depends on your psychological and your mindset issues. So I didn't consult Tony with this before. We've been talking about, okay, let's get you funded. Let's make sure that you have an account and funded the right way. But one of the things that I just realized is, okay, this might be an interesting challenge, and I hate to use the word challenge. This might be an interesting way to show and to highlight how hard it is. And see, one of the things that I do here is I focus on understanding what it was like when I got started and understanding how hard it was. I was alone and I was confused and I had all these books and these YouTubers and everything else. I even hired a couple people to be my consultants. And I'll even share a story. Before I got started in trading, and this video is going to go much longer than I anticipated, I had a consulting gig with one of the largest Ninja Trader indicator shops at the time. And I didn't know anything about trading. This is back when I had my marketing company. It was primarily a digital marketing agency, but I've enjoyed multi-touch point marketing, basically mobile, digital, even old snail mail, even old mail. I've enjoyed creating a multi-touch point marketing strategy. And I think there's still cases for real world touch points. Anyways, that's completely off the subject. So I had this client come in and they were a Ninja Trader indicator, one of the top Ninja Trader indicator shops. Now, the owner of this, and he would rightly agree with this point, he had the ability to make the most simple things complex. He could screw up making an egg, and he could screw it up every single day. He just had that ability, and he knew that. He could overcomplicate everything. So he had an overcomplicated Infusionsoft system. I could go on. Anyways, here's the main point of this, okay? He first started and he said, hey, I first started trading and I just couldn't do it. I just lost money after money. And then I created an indicator and I sold it. And then it hit me. And this is what he told me. He said, here's the number one thing you need to know about my client base. None of them are going to be successful. I'm like, okay, well, that makes me feel much better about this whole operation. He said, the only people that get rich in trading are the ones, and he said, this is just like the gold rush in California. The only people that got rich were the people that sold the actual shovels and picks. There's thousands and thousands of people that came out there with a hope and a dream, but the people that made massive amount of money or made money were the people that sold the shovels and picks and supported all these. He said, so I decided I'm not going to be a trader. I'm just going to share shovels and picks. And I'm going to share something even more because I don't think I'm ever going to reveal the name of this. And this is something that I found out recently. I didn't know this. So when I became a successful trader, so I just didn't know anything about trading. And their indicators, I was confused too. They had trade rooms. They were doing various things. We were able to consult with them and help them increase their revenue and get more focused. But once again, once we stopped consulting with them, they went back and made it complex again. Anyways, he's since sold that company. And I got in touch with the existing owner recently, like, I don't know, within the last 8 months or something. And I asked him, I said, hey, and I wish I could tell the story of this guy too, because he's amazing. But I said, hey, I've been, believe it or not, and I actually I called the old owner when I first became successful. Let me start there. And I said, hey, so-and-so, you're not going to believe this, man. But let me show you, let me send over some of my P&Ls. He's like, well, what's this? I'm like, I've become a successful trader. He said, this is a joke, right? I'm like, no. I kind of got fed up with what I was doing, and I started trading, and I figured it out. He said, you're pulling my leg here. I'm like, no, I figured it out. And I have a YouTube channel. You can go check it out as well. He just was in disbelief. He's like, I can't believe what you just shared with me. I just can't believe this. And I said, well, I mean, I'm showing you proof. Anyways, he just was in disbelief, but he had already moved on. So then recently, maybe within the last year, I called the guy that had the company, and I said, hey, what are you doing with the current company? He's not really doing anything. It's kind of like on autopilot. It's still making revenue, but it's on autopilot. And for those of you that know the recent NinjaTrader changes, it's been a nightmare for him. But one of the things I said is, I'd be maybe interested in acquiring what you got here, because they're already approved as a NinjaTrader approved shop. I said, but what I do is I basically remove all their indicators or make it legacy and say we're now, this shop is now officially a RexDog approved shop. Because I was looking for a way to maybe get into the NinjaTrader ecosystem just because, right? Anyways, I'm still maybe considering that, but at this point in time, I have no interest in dealing with NinjaTrader until they figure out what they're doing with their tech. Because for those that don't know, and I know I'm going in multiple directions, if you're here, then you obviously care about my opinion and what I'm saying. But, NinjaTrader acquired Tradeovate, and looks like they're adopting Tradeovate technology. But one of the NinjaTrader people that have been on NinjaTrader for years, they're starting to transfer their stuff over and nothing's working. Things are breaking. So obviously NinjaTrader has some kind of grand vision on what they're doing, and they don't really care about their existing user base. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Here's the 2 points I want to make. When I talked to this individual, I said, well, can you share me a little bit of background? And one of the things he shared with me utterly floored me. So every day there was 3 traders at the time when I was consulting that had 3 different trade rooms. I don't know about the other 2 traders, but this individual shared with me, hey, so-and-so that used to run the trade room, he never traded live capital. And I'm like, what do you mean he never traded live capital? The dude's been trading for like 20 years. He's like, yeah, he didn't trade live capital. I'm like, what do you mean he didn't? He said, well, his wife won't let him. I'm like, what do you mean his wife won't let him? So anyways, I was just in utter disbelief. So he never disclosed this. He never talked about it. I just was in utter disbelief that this guy that was running a trade room, and basically part of this, if you bought into these indicators, then what you would get is you get access to the trade room. I think there was even a subscription for the trade rooms eventually too. I don't know. But I was floored. I was literally floored. I was like, this dude, he's been trading for 20 years and he's still trading demo and he has no intention. I said, at this point in time, it's a hobby. And he's guiding other traders to use these indicators, which, I mean, I look at the indicators now, and now that I am a successful trader, I do see value in some of the indicators. Here's the thing. Here's what's amazing about these indicators. I could actually teach traders to be successful with their indicators, but the way that they're teaching, it would be probably difficult for the traders to be successful with the indicator because they're using the indicators the wrong way. Anyways, I'm just going off on tangents. I'm sharing this for the larger point of, so you get some context of what I do here. I'm not setting up this $500 account for Tony to have him fail or to show, hey, the style of the RexDog system with $500. Look what you can do. I'm actually genuinely interested to see what's going to happen here, and not to set. I will talk to Tony before I release this video and say, hey man, here's what I decided to do. I think he'll be game for it. And he's going to document the journey. I'm going to ask him to document the journey. And if he blows the account, he blows the account. Okay. So we're going to be fully transparent about what he's doing. I think he'll be game for it. But one of two things are going to happen here. He's going to show exactly how difficult it is to start with $500 and build an account, or he's going to get very focused and he's going to have that sniper mindset that he has, and he's going to grow this account. And that one of two things are going to happen. Now, I will cut this off if I think that it's detrimental to his growth as a trader. So if at any time I believe that this is too much stress for him or not the right way to have him grow as a trader because he's undercapitalized, then I will obviously fund the account more. We'll fund the account more because this isn't like, hey, small account challenge. I don't believe in that crap. I think it's bogus. Like, it's given false hope. Like, if I did a small account, here's the thing. People ask me all the time, do a small account challenge. You know why I don't do it? Because just think about this. I want you to think about this for a second, okay? Look at my P&L for the year, okay? And just think about the skill level that it takes to trade and have that P&L. And that's just what I share. That's just what I stream and what I share. Think about the skill level, the amount of time and effort. I've been trading since 2016. I've been successful since the mid-2017 and a little bit towards the end. Successful really since 2018 when I started the YouTube channel. Then I didn't start the YouTube channel without having confidence that, hey, I've created something special, or I have a special way of looking at the market. I know that sounds arrogant, but I felt I had value to add to the larger community. And I thought that, and I use it as a form of my journal. So what if I did a small account challenge? It is not representative. Here's why I don't do a small account challenge. If I grow $500 to $10,000, it attracts the wrong people. I don't want those people as alphas. I understand some of you are in a financial situation where you can't pay for the training, even though it's only $9.97 one-time fee. I understand you're in a financial situation where you can't pay for it. Or, well, I'm not even going to talk to the people that aren't interested, so there's no point in talking to you. So I understand you're in a financial situation. And I've shared recently how to get out of that financial situation. It's simple. Adopt a trade system. Prove that it's profitable. And if you can prove after 30 days, 60 days, 90 days that you have ability to trade a demo account and there's profitability there, you've already accomplished the hard part. Getting funding is easy after that. You'll find someone in your life that will believe in you, that will probably borrow you money. There's someone in your life or connected to your life that if you show them and you approach them the proper way, did I release this audio? If I didn't release this audio, I'll redo it. But if you approach someone in the proper way and approach them in the right way, you will not have a problem finding someone that will believe in you and to help you find funding. There's also prop firms. I don't have a recommendation of a prop firm because I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to actually go to one or two and trade at the prop firm, get funded, make a withdrawal, and then I'll recommend one. That's what I'm working on right now. So I'm not even going to document that journey because to me it's pointless. Because I might document the journey and then decide that it was a pain in the ass for me to get a withdrawal. It was a pain in the ass me dealing with them. So why would I document the journey of a prop firm I'm not even going to recommend? Pointless. If I did, and I'll just go back, if I did a small account challenge, it's not representative of someone that just got started with my system and their ability to be able to execute that. It's totally, could I garner great attention? Could I get clicks? I don't care about clicks. If I cared about clicks and views, I mean, we're starting to get out there a little bit more and do that. But if I really cared about clicks and views, my channel and everything I'd be talking about would be separate than what I talk about. The type of stuff we do, the type of trading I do, everything would be different. Everything would be different if I really cared about clicks and views and all that other crap. I don't care about that crap. I have a deeper why I do this. I'm looking to attract like-minded individuals to become alphas so that they can create generational wealth for themselves and their family and their descendants. I'm looking for someone of that mindset. There's one other thing that I'd like to see from that individual as well, from their perspective on life and just general, the general philosophy of the world. There's one other thing I'd like to see in that individual. Other than that, that's the type of individual I want to attract. That's the type of individual I want as an alpha. So I understand if you don't have the capital, but that's if you look at your inability to have the capital to become a trader as a limitation that stops you, you don't have what it takes to be a successful trader anyways. Because every step of your journey as a trader, there is going to be a limitation. And if you just give up when there's a little hurdle in front of you, then you're going to give up when you maybe make $10,000 and then you've got to do something else. Or you're going to give up when you get to a certain level and then you got to start thinking about, how do I trade this level because I got to file for this certain redemption. You're just going to give up. So if you're going to give up this early in your trading journey, you might as well just give up. I'm just going to be upfront with you. If you're going to give up just because you don't have the funding necessary, that's such a small issue. It seems big now, I understand, because of the capital level, maybe your life, maybe you're working every day, maybe, every day you get up and you're in a terrible area, a terrible situation. I completely get it. But you need to look at your limitations and your hurdles, and you need to say, do I want to use trading to better my life, to create wealth? And if I do, what are the hurdles I need to overcome, and then create a plan to overcome them? It's real simple. Or give up and focus on something else. Become a rapper. I don't know. Become a rock star. Start an OnlyFans page. I don't know. Do something else. Like, I'm not frustrated. What I'm trying to focus your mind on is many of the limitations that a lot of you that are aspiring to be traders are self-limitations that you believe. And if you're going to be a successful trader, you have to go against 95% of everything that's out there. And you got to start today. It's not tomorrow, today. Right now, you have to decide that I'm going to be a successful trader, and you have to realize you're on your own path, and you're going to probably disagree or go against 99%, 95% of what you see out there. The world wants you to fail. The market wants you to fail. There's going to be very few people in your life that's going to believe that you're going to be a successful trader. So what's your option? Do you listen to them? What is your option? Do you listen to them? Or do you actually put in your heart and your mind the self-belief that you're going to be a successful trader, and look at every hurdle you have before you and say, I'm going to overcome every single hurdle. I'll figure out a way. It's not like we're trying to solve cancer here. It's not like we're trying to cure cancer. Curing cancer hasn't been done yet, right? I know it because I have cancer. I'm dealing with it every 2 weeks when I get treatment. So I know cancer's not cured yet. So you're not doing anything that hasn't been done before. It's not like you're doing something, like I said, monumental, like curing cancer. Then I would say, yeah, you need to probably be a long haul. It might not even be cured in your lifetime. I think it will, but let's say. But trading, you're not doing anything that hasn't been done before. You're not doing anything that someone else in this world, many other people haven't been able to execute. So it's not like you're blazing some new path or new trail. For you, yeah, and maybe for your family, and maybe for those around you, you might be. It's just like the same thing when someone comes to this country, for instance, first generation, and the first one to go college, or even someone that's been here, for instance, and they're the first person in their family to go to college. Well, you're blazing some new paths, but you're not. You're going to college, right? So what I'm trying to share with people that are in these multiple situations is that trading is a huge opportunity. You have this huge opportunity before you. And with this challenge, for instance, I don't want you to look at this challenge and say, well, number one, if either way it goes, take inspiration from it. If Tony blows the account, okay, say, wow, trading's really hard. If Tony grows the account and you'll see him on a yacht in a year, if you see him on a yacht in a year, then take inspiration from that too. But also realize that was based on his individual results. You don't know the amount of time and hours and effort and pain and agony, sweat, tears, blood that he put in to make it. Either way it goes, you don't know the amount of effort that he individually put in and his focus. And even then, it doesn't even relate to your situation. This video is way longer. I thought, you know what I really thought with this video? I thought, you know what? This is probably going to be a short video. I really think that. Well, here I am. I have this ability to actually turn short videos into long videos and to talk and talk and talk. So I just wanted to share what we're working on. Hopefully you follow along. If you haven't, join in Discord, because on the NephewElite channel, that's where Tony will be sharing the process. And like I said, he doesn't know about this. Hopefully, if he says, no, man, this is just too hard, I can't do it, then I'll share that. But I think he'll be up for it. I think because I'll say, hey, man, this is the way it's going to work. Look, I know it's going to be hard, extremely difficult, but I think this is a good exercise to go through. It's live money. It's real money. And I don't want you to fail. I don't want this to be a detriment to your trading, but I think it will provide. See, one of the things that you notice here on this channel, what we do is I'm fine showing all of my failures. I'm fine being upfront about the things I'm working on. I'm fine showing the reality of what it's like to be a trader and all that other stuff. I'm fine with just being, hey, here's what's going on. I had this bad day, or I had this, or this went on. Like, I'm fine with showing that even at my level, I have tremendous challenges in trading. I'm fine with that. This is the same type of thing. I'm fine with showing however the outcome of this outcomes. That's probably not the right way to say it, but you get what I'm saying. All right, here's the next thing to do. Number one, you should like and subscribe here. If you want to follow along with this, follow on Discord. I'm sure we'll do some updates here on the various YouTubes and other channels and stuff. If you are interested in adopting the best trading system that has existed in mankind, or one of the best, I shouldn't say the best, because I know there's other, well, for instance, BlackRock proves that there's better trading systems, but they also have, anyways, I don't want to become BlackRock's enemy. BlackRock is awesome. They are awesome. They're the best trading firm that exists out there. They have tremendous edge. I highly respect BlackRock. Here's the thing. Join us on Discord. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And this will be an interesting kind of path or journey that we'll be on.